What up, everybody? How you doing? It's your boy D Loopz, aka Do It All Loopz, here with my boys,
Artificial AV,
Mark Marin.
We are the creators of The Stew, and we bring to you the Beat Club Podcast Live, where producers are heard on this beautiful Sunday, April 30th. Fellas, we are here, end of the month. We're waiting on our special guest to come through the door, but how are you guys feeling? You guys good?
I'm good, man. I'm just a little tired, but I'm good. I was gone yesterday, man. Yesterday was one of them days where you just gone, dog. Yeah. I left my house at probably 8:30, and I didn't get back to my house until like 4:30 in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
one of them days.
Going,
just on the go.
Yeah, we sound like we need some food up.
Yeah, we need some type of food.
Grub.
We need some type of grub. We gonna figure that out.
Other than that, we
good?
We
is
alive.
That what everybody needs some food? Is that what that is?
Yeah, I think so.
We live, but we ain't all the way live because we need some food.
Yeah.
We malnourished and shit right now. Shoot, anything going on right now? Everybody hunted?
Yeah, we good, man.
Yeah,
good. Getting ready. Yo, it's May already. Damn.
Cinco de Mayo is next week. Y'all guys celebrate Cinco de Mayo at all?
I don't, cause
not really.
Yeah, I do my fast in May, so I don't.
What are you gonna do for the podcast?
I'm gonna chill.
You just gonna chill?
All right. I'm gonna drink tonic waters and limes and shit. You know what I'm saying?
So wait, for first Sundays, that means you gonna be as sober as possible,
Yeah,
right?
I'm gonna be sober.
All right, y'all.
I'll cook though or something.
I can't agree to that one.
Yeah, we'll celebrate for you, bro. We'll celebrate for you, bro. So tonic waters for Marin and tequila for me and AV.
Nice.
Make that happen.
Nice.
Tequila's my age too.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can only drink tequila by myself. If I drink with my girl, things get a little crazy. So, yeah, man. But I'm glad you're doing good. AV, I'm glad you're doing good as well. I see you rocking the LFODT.
Yes, sir.
In the spirit, you know what I mean? I'm doing well. I had a tough week. I took a tough loss. But we fine. I bounced back. My Z is gone, man. My Z is gone. Bye.
Man.
I said bye to it yesterday. I said bye. Only thing I didn't play was Boys to Men. You know, it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. That was the only thing I didn't play. But besides that, you know, it is what it is. But that's my 350Z is gone.
It went that hard?
Nah, it's repairs, bro. Repairs are an arm and a leg. So, yeah. It's with it, materialistic shit. So, move on, get a new car, make it work.
Very true.
I might be going to your crib on a bicycle or something for a little bit. So,
exercise, man.
Save that money.
Preserving your life doing that.
Yeah. Come through with pit sweat and everything. Like, what's up? And he'd be like, you can stand outside for a little bit, bro. But yeah, y'all, for everybody that is listening for the first time, we are the Beat Club Podcast. We're just three fellas that's doing this thing for the culture. We love producers and producers love us, I hope. We have a good thing online on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. That is Beat Club Podcast, everything. And we've been doing a thing for quite some time. I think we're actually about to tap on 6,000 streams on SoundCloud. Just want to put that out there. So thank you to all our listeners from all over the globe.
Dope,
yeah, that was since last week too, right?
Yeah, last week I think we just surpassed 5,500. I think we're about to tap on 6 stacks on the stream. So thank you to all our listeners out there. We really do appreciate the support.
That's
the
real
shares.
dope, man.
That's super dope.
Considering, you know what I'm proud of, man, is that we built this shit. You know what I'm saying?
And never sold out.
Yeah.
Never sold out doing it.
Yeah, that's what, that's what's dope, man. That's what I posted that on Twitter the other day. It's just dope, when you have a vision and to see that shit come to life, you won already. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
You won. People kind of, be worrying about numbers and things like that. Just the fact that we had an idea, we put it together, and we doing it. That's just dope.
And people are rocking with us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Outside.
Naturally.
That's what I'm saying. We ain't got no marketing dollars and shit behind us. Now, imagine.
Bro, we ain't got it, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So imagine when we do. You know what I mean?
Oh, hell yeah.
So that's the beauty of it. That's why I love what's going on and see the numbers pick up like that, man. I appreciate everybody, man. That's dope, man. Beat Club Podcast live event May 13th. That's what I was saying. I'm like, man, May's here already?
Yeah, May's definitely
So,
already.
yeah, that's 2 weeks from now. So, May 13th, Saturday, May 13th. Meet us at PA's Lounge in Somerville. That's 345 Somerville Ave. Doors open at 10, so make sure you get there on time so that you can sign up and get your beats heard, man. And we're going to figure out these matchups, too. We're going to have some dope matchups that night, too, on the battlefront. So
Yeah, we're going to figure that out.
Yeah.
We got to put that out
I got some ideas.
Oh, yeah? All right.
Yeah.
Well, let us know once we know. Go off here for a second. Let me hear some of these ideas, bruh. You know, it's funny when I have a clip a while ago when we were just doing a stew at church in Boston, and we were talking about like, yo, when we get the money, man, we're gonna have pyrotechnics, all types of shit.
WWE entrance.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So we're gonna see what's good. But I know Marin said that, but also June 4th, Stew Beat Showcase.
That's right, man.
Episode
And
2.
there's only a couple slots left. Y'all sleeping. We got a couple of people registered. So
Just saying, y'all
just
guys
saying. And like
gotta get with the program.
And I said it before too. We got June 4th, and then there's August 13th. So you could also register for August. Be ahead of the game.
And then after that, there's only one other episode, and we straight to the finale after that.
This year flying by.
This year's flying by, man.
That's how you know we getting old, yo.
Yeah.
Time just be going like
Yeah. Just holding on to it. But yo, shout out to everybody out there in the beat world and on the Twitterverse. You know, we're gonna be communicating with you guys today and you gals today. We definitely appreciate our strong following on there as well. For everybody that would like to be in a tight-knit group of producers, we also have something, the Beat Club Podcast on Facebook. You guys can just join the group. It's nothing but producers talking that producer talk, sharing beats and sharing feedback. So yeah, matter of fact, I think Kenzo shared something recently about the Reason, new version of Reason or something. No, VSTs for Reason.
Yeah, boy, everybody was talking shit about Reason.
Is that the only thing that was really missing? Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's damn. I mean, I don't think they're gonna allow audio units to go into Reason yet, but VSTs is a very big step for Reason.
What were they using before?
All their own shit.
All
original.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Got their own system. It was like how everybody else back in the day had PC, and then Mac came out of nowhere with their own shit. That's how Reason was. Propellerhead was.
Damn.
And then now, because everybody been requesting it for the past 9 versions.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they finally gave in. So yeah, I'm excited to see.
So there's about to be some Reason monsters out there, is what you're saying? Like some beats about to be taken up a notch?
Yeah. I mean,
just the sound banks.
You know how that goes.
Yeah.
It's not really about what you have, it's what you do with it. So whether you have FL, Reason, whatever the case is, if you suck, you still suck. That don't change. But yeah, that's definitely dope though.
Good, man.
I was excited.
Good. Did that already? Did it start right away, or is it something that's gonna?
I think
like a patch or something that's gonna drop later, or what's
yeah,
happening?
you get like an updated version of the newest version. I think it's like May. I think they said May 29th. So
Okay.
yeah, I already got Reason 9. So
Shout out to all
free
Reason
update.
users. Yeah. Shout out to all the Reason users out there. I don't use Reason, but this boy right here, he loves Reason. It's intimidating to me, but
Nah, it is.
It looks like dope once you get the grasp on it. So shout out to all the Reason users and the Logic users.
Definitely is.
Because I'm a Logic person. I gotta switch over soon, man. I might cop
The new Logic?
Maybe. I've heard things about the new Logic. If you're on Twitter right now, let me know how you feel about the Logic, the new Logic, as opposed to Logic Pro 9, because I'm still on Logic Pro 9 for my own reasons. But let me know what you thought about it. You know, if I should switch over or convert to something else.
Like, yeah, what DAW? Like, let us know what DAWs y'all suggest, because I'm actually looking to mess with a different DAW myself. Not stepping away from Reason, but exploring into different DAWs. I do use Logic and Reason right now. So.
Yeah. What's up, man? So check it out. Since we got everybody, in and everything. What's up, my dude? How you doing, man? Hey. You don't have to come in all quiet. You all snuck in and everything. How you doing?
We got Billy in the building.
Billy Loman in the building, getting set up. We're about to hop into some Keep It or Cut It real quick.
Word.
Cool. So with no further ado, let's get it.
Yeah, we chilling right now.
We got no food, so we ain't like.
Yeah, I got you. So check it out, y'all. Hold on. Check it out, y'all. What we do every Sunday from 1 to 3 is on our Beat Club podcast show. Oh, good looks. Obviously, we put on here, but we do have a segment called Keep It or Cut It, where producers from all over submit beats. We don't pre-screen the beats. We listen to them right here live on air. And after, a minute or so, we give our 1-2, let them know how we feel about it, let them know if we're going to keep it or cut it. All the keeps that make it today will go on a mix that's going to launch next week on First Sundays. And it's going to have all the beats that we actually like throughout the month. So shout out to all the producers that will be making that mix. But we're going to get into it right away. We have a bunch of different beats today. First beat is by Killer Kowalski, Senioritis. That is KillerKowalski with a chance of an underscore. Killer Kowalski with Senioritis. We're going to listen to it right now on the Beat Club podcast. Keep it or cut it. Let go.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club. The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
Definitely hear that. All right, so that right there was Killer Kowalski with Senioritis. We're gonna go with Motivate Marin. What's the word on that, man? What you feeling?
First instinct, I'll keep it. You know what I'm saying? It had a good vibe to it. What I liked about it most was the bass line. Like, it had a good bass line for, especially for that style beat. Because a lot of people don't, now everybody just does like the sliding bass thing, and it's always like a synthy bass sound.
Yeah,
that sounded like more like a traditional, like a traditional bass sound you would use on a hip hop track or whatever. So I like that vibe. I think it kind of merged the worlds of trappy sound with some real hip hop shit. So it was cool, and the melody was cool. Definitely could hear any of the popular artists today. Like, I was hearing Travis Scott the whole time just now. That's the vibe I got. So I'll keep it.
Yeah.
What's the word, Artificial AV?
Yeah, it definitely sounded like it was ready for some lyrics on it. Mark kind of said everything. Bass line really stood out to me. That shit was dope. It definitely drove the beat and kept my interest. And then his switch up came at the right time, so I'm gonna keep it.
All right, cool. I don't got much bad to say about it.
Yeah.
It's just kind of just a cool beat. You know what I mean? It was just I like the levels of the instruments that he used. They weren't overpowering, and they kind of let the drums kind of live as well. So I have nothing bad to say about that. I would say that's a keep as well. So that's 3 keep it's across the board.
Yes, sir.
Shoot.
Keep it.
Sounds right. So shout out to, is it Killer Kowalski, right?
Yeah.
For Senioritis on the Beat Club podcast.
Hey.
We're going to move down. We got something else by Menace. It's Menace Beats with a Z. Rap spellings, like Dart Adams would say. That's MENACEBEATZ. And what is it called? Is it Young Troy?
Hold on. Young Trooper.
Young Trooper. All right, cool. So it's Young Trooper by Menace Beats take a listen to it right now on the Beat Club podcast. Let's go.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
Yo, let me ask you a question real quick, Billy. Is that speaker gonna bother you for a second while you're there and doing your thing? Then we all right, cool. We're gonna do that for you. Yeah, now we'll go off the headphones for you because we want to make sure that everything is legit.
Them ear,
Just a little bit, you know what I mean? It's a little help. But I will say this though, because we just played the beat by Menace Beats, and Billy Loman took his headphones off and said, "What? What was you saying?"
Sample you gave me is crazy.
Oh, the sample I gave you was great. I thought you was talking about the sample on the beat. Matter of fact, yo,
I didn't hear the second beat. The first one was fire. Though.
can we pull that beat up one more time, Dimitri? Because the headphones are off right now, Billy. Why not just give quick little feedback?
The Beat Club.
So now we have that out there, and I know it interrupted you, Billy. Sorry about that, but hopefully interrupted you for the right reasons. Let me know what you thought about the beat, and just based off of listening to it, would you keep it or would you cut it? We'll let you get back to work after that.
Yeah, no, that beat was cool. I'm gonna be honest, I like the first one better, but
It's cool. We keep it on.
I think that beat definitely had some potential to it. You could definitely ride to that. I wouldn't cut that, man. I would keep that beat.
You keep that? All right, cool. So that's a keep it from Billy Loman. The beat kind of interrupted what he was doing over there, so I just wanted to get his feedback real quick. We're gonna go to Motivate Marin while we put on these headphones and make sure Billy can do his thing. Marin, what's the word?
I gotta cut it.
Is it cause you hungry, bro?
Nah, I gotta cut it. Am I good? Y'all hear me good?
Yeah, you good.
Yo, yeah, I gotta cut it. The sample was chopped nice. It definitely had potential, but I don't know. And when it first dropped, it sounded dope. Like it was like word, but then I got lost. It's right after that. Like the first drop was cool, but then the drums, I don't know. I don't know. It had potential, but it just wasn't there. And it was a cool beat. But I just have to cut it because, you know what I mean? Like, it needs to be fully executed for me to really rock with it. It was kind of, like, annoying because I kind of wanted it to do something else.
Okay.
But, yeah, this time around, I got to cut it, man. I think you needed better drums. You needed a better drum pattern. And that's it. Dope sample, though.
Wow. Artificial Wavy, what's the word?
I think I was rocking with it. I do agree with some of the stuff you were saying. The sample chop could have been, to me, a little bit better. It was, I don't really have the right word for it, but it just could have been better for me. And although I do love knocking drums, I feel like they kind of worked under the sample. Just maybe needed to be EQ'd just a little bit better.
You know what I'm hearing now that you say that? Is it just more than anything, I think this beat is just mad rigid. It's just on the grid. Like it's too it needs to loosen up. I think that's the only thing kind of really it needs to do. Even on the sample, it's just real like
It's just tight.
It's too tight.
It's missing that bounce. So
And even that hi-hat, it's like it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, come on,
1, 2,
man.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very good beat though, but
Yeah, it got potential.
I'm gonna have to cut it. I'm gonna have to cut it. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna say I thought it was cool. It didn't win me over completely, but it wasn't a bad beat. There was definitely some decent things there. I naturally hear an artist over it as much as I try not to. I feel like an artist on the production as in its current state would be needed. And I'm trying to listen to it a little bit more, but it sounds doable. But I would say I'm gonna keep it, but go back and rework that if anything. You know, what I mean, there's definitely some EQ and like even the stuff that Marin mentioned, but I'm gonna keep it. I feel like someone would do something with that beat and someone would appreciate that on a mix, and I'm one of those people, so I'm gonna keep it. Artificial AV though, that was a cut it from you.
Yeah.
And Mark and Marin, that was a certified cut it from you.
Yep.
So it don't matter on my end. Here we go. But thank you so much for submitting. That was Menace, right? Menace Beats?
Yeah, Menace
If
Beats.
you guys feel any different or feel the same, let us know on Twitter. That's MENACEBEATZ. That was Menace Beats with Young Trooper on the Beat Club podcast. So I know you guys heard Billy took his headphones off and was mentioning that the sample was crazy. You guys don't necessarily know what he was chopping up because we're kind of like, on the fly right now. But what I'm going to do, Dimitri, I'm going to go off my computer just so they kind of get an idea of what I tossed this man. Make sure we good. All right, cool. I'm going to plug up my computer, make sure my porn is off. You know what I mean? Don't want no porno popping up. That's up. But check it out. So, I tossed Billy the sample that, I used to watch a lot of black and white television because that's kind of what I had at the time when I was younger. And I watched a lot of television with my grandmother, and there was a particular show that came on when I heard the sound. I was like, yo, I would love to hear someone chop this up. There's a lot of depth in this thing, so I thought it was dope. But I ended up tossing him something from, let me see. If you guys remember the television show Perry Mason, you watch Perry Mason at all?
I don't remember. I probably know it if I see it.
Did you ever watch Perry Mason at all?
Oh yeah.
All right, cool. Just
What you mean? Like that's you listen. Like you said, man. Remember the days when there was only like 5 channels?
yeah.
So exactly. So
2, 4, 5, 7,
Yo,
25,
and
56.
in Boston, you was lucky if you had like 68
Yeah.
and 44.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If the antenna hit right.
44 was like the backup WGBH channel.
Exactly.
Just in case.
Word it was.
So that's what the era Perry Mason is for me. Like it used to come on late at night. I remember at one point, and then they used to come on like on the weekends. Like it used to come on like Saturdays, like early in the day type shit.
So Marin's hip as well. So I ended up tossing the Perry Mason wave that sounds something like this, and it's tough to me. Like you can just hear the stabs.
The Beat Club.
Yeah, there's just so much potential that you could do with that. Like there's a lot of elements in there.
Yeah. They use that in Bond.
And what?
In James Bond.
Oh yeah, yep,
Yeah.
exactly. So I'm interested to see what Billy Loman's gonna do.
They
'Cause
use
we're gonna
what in James Bond? I'm confused.
that. Yeah.
Nah, what's it?
It's
called?
similar.
It's very similar.
but it's not the same.
It's not the same
music.
thing?
It's not the same music.
It's
It's
very,
It's
very
just
close.
similar.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna find that.
regardless, yeah, he's a
Dude.
Bond head.
It's not the same music.
Billy Loman got that sample. He's gonna chop it up before we actually get into an interview with them. So we're gonna see what he does with that beat. But we're gonna get back to some Keep It or Cut It while AV researches this 007.
Yeah.
Perry Mason type of thing. So we're gonna see
Yeah,
what's good.
you got to remember these things were made specifically for the shows. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
so
nah.
they don't have the same music.
No, I'm not saying the same exact that intro was different, but once it got into
To a certain point, you can
Yeah,
see
it's very
it
similar.
was-
It's very similar.
Yeah.
It's very similar. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
So I don't know. We're gonna find that out too. But check it out. So we got someone else on the Keep It or Cut It. We have a submission from Daredevil 302. He submitted something called The Wave. We're gonna listen to it right now on the Beat Club Podcast Live. Keep It or Cut It. Let's go.
The Beat Club. Beat Club. The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
All right, cool. So that was Daredevil with 302. Daredevil 302 with The Wave. Artificial AV, what's the word?
I like that. I'ma definitely keep it. Although I do feel like the drum pattern could have been a little different, but the overall vibe with the phaser and the melody or the sample is actually really dope for me. So I'm gonna keep it.
Cool. To piggyback off of that, I'm gonna say that what he did with the phaser on the actual sample was dope. Like I thought it was cool. It felt like it kind of went out and came back in at the right times. Went out and came back in. So it definitely worked for me. The drums were cool as well. I think it gives a nice little bop to it. Like Marin's over here bopping. He's probably writing something.
He's probably gonna cut it.
Yeah. You can't tell. Well, you know, you can't get the status up there on Marin because he'd be bopping and later on cut it. But overall, for me, I thought it was cool. I thought it was just alright. So I'm gonna keep that. I would like to hit it on the mix. So yeah, Marin.
UNITY.
Yeah.
UNITY. That's a unity.
What you doing? Are you gonna?
I'm gonna cut it. And it's for that reason.
That's not unity.
Exactly. I mean, because y'all know that's the sample, right? That's the same sample. That's the the Crusader sample that they use for UNITY, and that's a classic record, and that beat is super classic. So when you come and you take the same sample and then you just throw the little trap drums with that pattern that everybody uses, it's kind of like, it's cool. It's an easy listen, but it's kind of, I can't, like, it's just a little lazy for me. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't do anything different with the sample. He didn't chop it, do anything crazy. It's just that, it's that I have that reference. Like, that's a classic record, and it's tough when you play with it. And people do it, and sometimes it works. Like, who does dope beats like that is Harry Fraud. Like, he'll use a sample that's been used before, but he just puts his bounce on it that makes it dope. And this wasn't quite that for me. It's definitely a good beat, but I just have to cut it for that reason only. You gotta freak that, but like, come on, UNITY. And that Crusaders album that he sampled it from has a lot of dope music on it too. You go sample crazy on that album.
Right.
But yeah, I gotta cut it this time, man. I gotta cut it.
Gotta cut it this time?
Yeah, I gotta cut it.
All right, cool. So I want to go around the room one more. That was a cut it for Mr. Marin.
I kept it.
You kept it?
Yeah.
And I believe I also kept it.
Yeah.
So
it's on the beat tape.
Let's go.
It was vibing for me.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I was still vibing.
Yeah.
I was still rocking to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I gotta be critical on some. And he might have never heard UNITY.
Probably not. That's the funny part.
But shout out to Daredevil 302 with The Wave. And thank you for making a mix, and thank you for submitting. Keep on submitting more beats. I don't think I see too much in the folder from you, but keep on submitting. I would love to see more beats from you.
Very good submission.
Yeah. But we're going to go over to Ryu Made It, submitted a track called Baby. That's RIOMADEIT. We're going to listen to it right now on the Beat Club podcast. Keep it or cut it. Let go.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club. The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
So that was Ryu Made It with a track called Baby. Motivate Marin, what's the word?
I'm gonna cut it.
What's up?
It was cool though. It was cool, you know, but I don't know. It's just I think there's just one. I just think it's just missing kind of like one thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this, it's just something. Like, you know, it's a decent enough melody that could carry throughout a whole beat, but still, I feel like it needs something, like even just some, I don't know, some keys or just something to lay over it, because it almost has the potential to be like real musical, like, you know, like where you could kind of just take it to another level, and I feel like they just kind of just stopped. You know what I mean? So at that point, I just cut it at that point.
All right, cool. Artificial AV, what's the word?
I agree with Marin. I'm gonna keep it though, but I feel like the melody just needed to go down like a couple octaves or something. Just
shift it
just
somewhere,
something shift so that you get that oh, okay. Then it comes back to that part that's playing right now. But overall dope beat. Sounded mixed pretty.
It was
pretty,
mixed
pretty,
well.
Pretty damn
It
well,
was
Rio.
mixed well. Yeah, it was mixed well.
So I'm gonna keep it, man.
I'm gonna say that to me, I like the subtle details, certain things that either people may miss, or I don't know. I just like the little details, and honestly, the little vocal,
Baby.
the little baby vocal that you dropped in there, saved it for me. Everything else sounds pretty. It's cool. It's a pretty good beat, but it just sounds like generic. I don't know. It's not like a beat I would say, yo, did you hear that beat by so and so? It's just like, okay. But the baby definitely locks in, you know, conceptually, and matches the title and stuff like that. So I feel like an artist, if you pitch this to an artist, they would be able to rock with it. They might not have to even think of really what their approach is on the song, just because the title and the sample and everything is there already. So that's a keep it on my end. But I think my Geminis disagree. What did you guys have? You had
I said
he
keep
kept
it.
it.
You kept it as well?
I agreed with.
Oh,
what
you agree with
said,
Marin, but
I
you kept it. All right, cool. So I said keep it, and
I cut it.
a cut it. So you already know what that means. Keep it. That's going on the mix, bruh. Thank you for submitting. Actually, he has a bunch of beats in there, so
Dope.
Keep on sending. We need that. So we're gonna go over. We have another beat on IG. They're called One Old Soul. That's the number 1, OLDSOUL, and I believe that's an underscore after their name. One Old Soul submitted something called Let's Get It. Oh, I'm sorry, Dimitri. There's a wave, but we go. You fixed it? All right, cool. So let's listen to it right now on the Beat Club Podcast. That's Beat Club Podcast Everything. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Let go.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
All right, so that was One Old Soul underscore with Let's Get It on the Beat Club Podcast. Motivate Marin, what's the word?
I'm gonna cut it. And the one positive about it is I like the tempo, like, and even that drum pattern. Like, it was cool. Like, I like that vibe of beat. But I mean, everything else, it was just kind of off. Like, the bass line was a little like off.
Yeah.
Turn whatever the music is. You could have turned it up a little bit. You know, made it more present in there. I mean, I get it was kind of trying to keep it in the background, but could have brought that up more. But yeah, man, it needs a lot of work. So I think it's a good idea. Just keep working on it.
Yeah, you pretty much summed that up. Might be unanimous.
A unanimous. A unanimous.
Nah,
go ahead. Do your thing.
Nah, I've heard better submissions from this dude. This one was not up to par as far as the other ones go. Bass line, pitch was off.
Mm-hmm.
The music sounded cool in the background. So maybe if you tweaked a couple things and, you know, retried on this one, I feel like it could do some damage. But I'm gonna cut it.
I ain't really got much to say about the beat. It didn't do much for me. It just kind of sounds like, you know, they had something cool. Let me just push this beat aside and get on to another one. Let's Get It. I think the Let's Get It was the beat that came after this beat. And
like the warm up.
Yeah, like the warm up. Like this was one, all right, cool, let's get it. Because I think this might have been called like, Let's Get It 1 or something like that. So, but for the most part, yeah, like sometimes you can't say much. I'm just going to have to cut it. I just felt like it needs more TLC. I guess anytime I come across something like that, it just needs more TLC. You have things there, but they all sound kind of untreated and unloved. So, yeah, show them some love. And drums especially. So that's a cut it from me. Marin, was that a cut it from you?
Unanimous.
We cut it, man. It's a unanimous cut.
Unanimous. But thank you so much for submitting. Definitely don't stop submitting. We definitely encourage everybody to continue submitting beats here at the Beat Club Podcast. But we're going to move over. We have a submission by High Def. That's their handle is High Music. It's definitely a rap spelling, so let's get it going. That's HIMUZIK. And submitted something called Things Never Change. So we're going to listen to it right now on the Beat Club Podcast. Keep it or cut it. Let's go. All right, y'all. So that was Things Never Change by High Def, aka High Music, as their handle. Artificial AV, what's the word?
I don't know. I feel like if I'm like, I don't know, it might be a cut, but
You gotta search around in them feelings, bro. You gotta find them.
I'm feeling like cut it, man. I feel like it was typical.
All right. But was it a typical good beat?
It was typical good, but just too typical for me. 808 could have hit harder, from what I hear. It's a lot going on too, but not a bad lot going on. I would have took out like a couple things, and I really like that lead though. It sounds like a lead and a guitar mixed together, kind of a little bit, like the low key, low notes in the guitar. It's just kind of dope, but I'm gonna cut it. I gotta cut it.
All right, cool. I'm going to Twitter right now. We got our people saying keep it. 808s could be a little harder as well.
Somebody agrees.
Yep, somebody definitely agrees. But what did you say? Was that a cut it or a keep it on your end?
I was a cut it for me.
I was a cut it on your end. I'm gonna jump on that and say that I thought it was cool. I thought it had a lot of character. There was a lot of different things that you could do with it. And for some reason, I heard maybe like an R&B, like a Chris Brown record or something like that coming off of this, or someone that could
Chris Brown and Ace Hood.
It has Ace
this,
Hood
this
vibe.
sounds like a Khaled record.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
would have had like 5 people on it.
Yeah, exactly. So it sounds like that. It sounds like it could be with the right people on it, like a hit for sure. So I'm gonna say that's a keep it on my end. And we have other people online. UTR_alien is saying I'm feeling this one. Other people are saying rainy day music, but that's a keeper for me. Motivate Marin. What's the word?
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it.
All right.
Yeah, I agree with Avi. It's just after we listen to so many beats, man. So it's tough at times. And when it has that knock, and you roll with it. But this wasn't the type of like melody that's infectious to me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's cool. It would be a cool record, but it's just not for me. So I had to cut it.
All right, cool. So just to make this happen, that was Cut It from you. Artificial Avi.
Cut it.
Cut it as well.
What's the producer's name?
Producer's name is
That's High Music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's
High
submitted a
def.
couple beats for some
Yeah.
time. Yeah, High Def.
High Def.
That's just his handle there. But that was a Cut It here at the Beat Club podcast. So
It was arranged well though.
nah,
was.
it was really good.
arranged well.
For me, it was just one of those things like some of those sounds were like the sounds that people hear in other beats
And, yeah.
that be popping, and then they
Yeah.
go and use those same sounds. So it's like, okay, it sounds like somebody else's beat. It's dope, but we've heard it.
Yeah, we've heard it.
Sometimes all it takes is just for you to throw something on the channel or turn a knob or something and just tweak the sound just a little bit to make it yours. Definitely. But still dope nonetheless, man. So keep on submitting, sir. I'm not sure if there's a bunch of things in the folder from you, but if there isn't, please send. And if there is, please send more. And we'll keep it going here at the Beat Club podcast. So we have another submission from I think this is a new person. Oh yeah, it is, because it's there. It says in the first beat submission. Wow, that's a lot to read. John, so is that his government?
Yeah, I think he submitted before. I think I've seen that.
It says first beat submission. All right, well, is his handle up there at all? Or can I just say his government? Just put it out there.
You have to put. Well, actually, nah. I think that's
I'm
right there.
Epic what?
Taxis.
Epic's taxis. All right, we're gonna find this out. I'm gonna just tell you right now, his name is John Edwards. So yeah, it's Sunday. I ain't trying to read all like that right now. But yeah, John Edwards submitted something. It says first beat submission, but it's called like Epic Taxis. That's what it looks like. But we're gonna listen to it right now on the Beat Club podcast. Keep it, cut it. Let's go.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club. The Beat Club. The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
So that right there was John Edwards with Epic Taxis, we believe, and we're gonna go to Motivate Marin. What's the word on that, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it.
Alright.
The bass line was great though. Good job on that bass riff. That was an excellent bass riff. But the chopping of that of that drum break, it could have been better. Like I get the sound he was kind of going for. Like kind of like that edge. Hip hop kind of with a rock edge to it.
Yeah.
But I think you could have executed the drums a little bit better. but dope bass line, man. But it just, I don't know, it just wasn't connecting to me. It wasn't hitting me. But the bass line was what I connected with. So I got cut it though.
I think I would have arranged it differently. I think I would have brought the chorus in first or something, and then dropped down to how where the beat started once the intro went by. It kind of sounded like what's that show we used to watch? Like like if they made a new version of the show, this would be like the intro music for it.
Someone's saying that on what?
How to Make It in America.
Oh yeah.
It has that
I love
vibe
that
to
show.
me.
Damn, man. Go ahead though.
Wasn't that D Loopz on the show? That wasn't Loopz.
Oh, yo, you know the messed up part is? I'm usually good with the dozens. I have no comeback to that. I'm just gonna let it rock.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. Damn.
What but nah, very good potential on the beat, but I'm gonna have to cut it too.
All right, cool. Well, I'm gonna go to Twitter. We have people saying I thought it was dope overall. It was a few things that could have been better, misspellings or whatever, but overall good beat. Sounds like a movie score or an intro to an HBO show. Keep it in How to Make It in America. Love the vibe before the hook. To me, I thought it was cool. I'm kind of not a big fan of like when every 4 bars a different instrument is introduced over a period of time. Like I feel like that's cool for the build up and such, but when you're doing that and when you finally get to that point when everything is there and everything is playing and it hasn't won me over yet, something kind of fell short. But it's gonna be it's gonna be a cut it on my end. I feel like there's more to do with this beat. You have a lot of good things there, but some just need to be treated a little better. You have some things on the overall in the mix that I feel like is a little neglected that could really make it what it is, and it might be them drums. Yeah, so that's me. That's a cut it on my end. Artificial AV, what was the word?
I was a cut it.
And we already know Marion ain't over there bopping or anything, so that's a cut it on his end as well. But we want to thank you. Oh wait, has Mark Maron had any keeps this episode? Nah, yo, honestly, I think Brother Man's hungry.
Nah, just I had one keep it. There was one.
Do it the first one. I think it was the first
one. But yeah, nah, man.
It just is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. This is how it is.
You know?
This is him in the springtime. I can only imagine, like, once it gets hotter in this piece, you know what I mean? Like, this might just start cutting shit.
Blazing cuts.
Word. But yeah, so thank you so much for submitting and keep on submitting. But that was definitely a cut it from the Beat Club podcast. And we're going to move on to the next beat. I'm going to need some help pronouncing this shit here. Oh, he's like Simon. Yo, you know what? Marin is like Simon of the Beat Club podcast. Oh, he's also like Mr. Wonderful off of Shark Tank. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool. Me and Avi, we're not that young, but we're the younger of the bunch, and Marin is kind of the person that keeps everything in line when we start liking the beat and shit. Cause Marin, you be vibing with us and everything, like, yeah, hey, I'ma cut it. You know what I mean? So
he the beat OG.
I love music. That's the thing, man. You know, we all love music. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as a beat drop, you start moving.
Yeah,
it's just
it is. But this beat right here, I'm gonna toss this over to one of you guys. Double Asir.
I think you got it.
All right, cool. So this is Double Asir with One For You, and their handle is DOUBLEASIR. I'm not sure if it's on Twitter or Instagram, but we will find out.
Got him.
Bang. And we will definitely tag all the producers on the show when it launches on Tuesday on SoundCloud, just in case you can't find them as we're mentioning them as we go. But we're going to listen to One For You right now on a Beat Club podcast. Keep it cut it live. Hey.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
I was just saying if there's gonna be any hook or something that came in real quick, but nah. All right, cool. So that was Double Asir with One For You. Motivate Marin, what's the word?
I'm gonna cut it. I wanted to keep it so bad.
You feeling just like Rio. Rio's like he loved the intro, but
Yeah,
scissors.
Yeah, man. I had to cut it though, man. Like, poor drum choice. Dope sample though. Dope sample in the parts that you chose to chop. Like it was dope, man. I love the sample choice. Chopped well. Just better drums and just overall better arrangement. Like it had the potential to be a crazy beat, man. But yeah, I gotta cut it.
All right, Artificial Wavy, what's the word?
Yeah, when it started off, I was like, if it disappoints, I gotta cut it right away. So I gotta cut it. I like the drum pattern, but would have changed the sound.
The sound itself, yeah.
Like drum pattern, like real classic. I felt like I could hear like the Tribe or Most Def or somebody like that on this joint.
They should have sent this for the Smokers edition.
Oh yeah,
real,
we would've
yeah.
vibed.
This
Yeah.
would have worked.
I would have kept it for that.
But yeah, I was waiting for something else to happen. Dope sample. But yeah, I gotta cut it.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna say that the sample was flame. I thought it was real cool. It kind of put you in that vibe, and because of that, when you do that, people start expecting something to happen once everything drops, and that's just where it didn't happen. So definitely go back and revisit those drums because your sample's hitting. They said everything that I wanted to say. So that's a cut it on my end. So just go around the room. Marin, that was a cut it.
Cut it.
Artificial Avy, that was a cut it.
Cut it.
And D Loopz, that was a cut it. Yep. So that's a cut up on the Beat Club podcast. Thank you for submitting. Keep on submitting. I think that was maybe one or two beats that you may have submitted in the folder, but keep on sending more beats. We definitely love all the music that we get. But we're gonna go on to NTA_pro_CO, which is called Nick the Artist. So NTA stands for Nick the Artist. Sent something over called HHRMB. So we're gonna listen to it right now on the Beat Club podcast. Keep it cut it live. Let's go.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club. The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
So that right there was called HHRMB from Nick the Artist. That's NTA_PRO_CO. That is their handle. Not sure if it's on Instagram or Twitter. Is there any confirmation?
Yeah. He's on Twitter.
Twitter.
I tagged him.
Oh, cool, dope. So Artificial AV, what's the word on that?
I will say this. It's probably the loudest I've ever heard a beat in these headphones.
Word?
So it must be mixed very well. I'm not sure what y'all hearing, but
I want to get louder. My headphones are a little low.
oh,
That's cool. Go ahead.
I think it was cool. It wasn't like that banger that I want to put on repeat, but I think I'll keep it. I was vibing, so I'll keep it.
All right. Motivate Marin, what's the word?
I'm gonna cut it.
You gonna cut it?
Yeah.
We need, someone please email a sandwich up here for Marin or something, man.
Dude, Marin Scissorhands. He out here chopping.
It's going down today.
The chop shop.
It's going down today. You know. No, man. Like,
Well, we're almost through the list. So I mean,
yeah, I just gotta. Yeah, I mean, it was cool, but yeah, I just cut it, man. I don't even really have much to say about it. Gotta cut it.
all right, cool. So I'm gonna go to Twitter. We have let me see. Ryu made it talking about different kind of vibe, but the drums help out in my opinion. Is that Zach from the Power Rangers?
Yeah.
This dancing ass. I shot the bootleg 773.
Listen, man, get out the trap, man. Stop using the same drum sounds and doing the same drum patterns and stop.
He says, y'all a tough crowd today.
Man, y'all ain't. Yo, listen, all of y'all on Twitter, y'all ain't tired of hearing the same beats?
Like, for real, though.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
Y'all should definitely be working on your own sound. Like, that should be key. You should want people to only be able to come to you for what you got.
Well,
straight up.
Here's the deal. On mine, I'm going to say I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep it. There could have been things that could have been worked out, but honestly, he has a lot of stuff there that work. It just all works. The only thing I'm concerned about is that sometimes the beat is, hopefully I say this word right, instrumentally charged with everything. Like it's instrumentally charged that an artist, if you were to try to shop it to an artist, sometimes they wouldn't know really what to do.
Yeah, it was really busy.
I've had that problem before.
Yeah, except to follow the melodies you laid out for them. And that sometimes is a 50-50 thing. But for overall, that's a keep it on my end. Artificial Wave, you said cut it though, right?
Nah, I kept it.
You kept it as well?
But it's definitely not an R&B.
That's about to make the. Oh, man.
You know what, Marion? You don't gotta listen to the tape.
Damn.
But we keeping this shit today.
Damn.
But I mean, even Twitter was like, okay, this one caught me off guard, but this is definitely a keep it.
The music composition is incredible. It's just when the drums drop, it's just like it's the same.
That was more
beat.
for a rapper, yo.
Yeah.
Not an R&B artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely more catered
has
to
to be.
rap, but it doesn't. Y'all ain't tired of the.
Yo, answer this question right now on Twitter, Facebook, wherever you listen, but definitely on Twitter, because that's what we're looking at right now. Let us know, are you guys, producers specifically, are you tired of the same beats? I feel like they're making the same beats with the same sounds for probably some of them the same reason, just to try to get on, or just to, maybe they can pump them out quick. I don't know.
See, like in this case, right?
Yeah.
The music it was so, like almost kind of had like almost like a classical type feel or whatever, the piano keys. And it's like there's so many directions you could have gone, and I feel like that was just the safe direction. You're like, this is gonna get the response. I'm gonna throw these type drums.
Trap drums.
Yeah, exactly. Boom, 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 and everybody's gonna rock to. And it's like, nah. I heard so many different ways you could go about it, and definitely a build up too. Like I kind of heard like the kick just building up first, and then just going somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like it had the potential to be like a very, very dope beat, and it's frustrating to me sometimes.
And you know what? Sometimes I think the easy out sometimes is just to put down some trap drums and keep it going.
That's always the easy out. That always works. They did it earlier today. We did the UNITY the Crusader sample. It's like it's always the easiest thing to do. Like
I don't know.
The 808 drums. I mean, they're never gonna go out of style. Like I love the 808, but there's still different ways for you to use them and approach it.
No, I was just checking. Hey, Billy
Loman over
he's
here.
zoned
He's in the
in.
zone. He's in
Yo,
the zone.
So we got one more beat to go through though. But did we get everybody's feedback on that? And we
Yeah.
good?
Shout out to NTA production, yo. He's tuned in.
All right, bet.
He said he do tend to do too much.
Nah, but hey, if you got it, you got it.
Well, yeah. See, all that is just a mute button.
The
You know
mute
what I'm saying
button or
on the arrangement. Yeah, on the arrangement.
Because you can know when to bring that shit in. Sometimes you
Yeah.
can, like, there's been times where I've made beats and then I'll take all that funky stuff and sometimes I'll put it at the end of the beat so that you can enjoy the instrumentation by itself or doing a breakdown or something like that. So definitely play around with it. And I always encourage people to, you don't necessarily have to follow that whole 16 bar structure all the damn time. You can always, jump around, challenge an artist sometimes. Shit, challenge yourself. But that was dope, nonetheless, man. But yeah. Dancing, that's that. So we got one more beat we got to make it through right now. We got something submitted by Courtney French. I think last time they submitted was during the 420 mix.
It was.
And submitted something called the Low Horn Beat, or Low Horn 1 Beat. We're going to listen to it right now on the Beat Club podcast. Keep it, cut it. Let's go. Let's see if we can get to keep it, man. Let's go.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
All right, yo. So that was Courtney French with Low Horn 1 Beat. We're going to go to Artificial AV. What's the word?
I'm gonna cut it because it sounds like a rip of like you were saying, the all the way up.
This is all the way up's ugly stepsister.
Yeah, it sounded like a rip. It was empty. The melody is annoying after a while, so I'm gonna have to cut it.
Yeah.
Straight up. That's it.
Motivate Marin, what's the word? Do we have a keep it from you, sir?
You know damn well. You know damn well. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it, man. And yeah, definitely felt like this was your interpretation of all the way up. And all the way up, man. That sample on that joint is very infectious. And it's funny how like one note, you know what I mean, could like throw it off. Like this one isn't infectious, and it's like probably like one note difference kind of. It's similar. But yeah, man, just cut it.
All right, cool. I agree with everything you guys are saying. I felt as though this person was just kind of waiting to get to the drums. I'm not sure if they started drums first or last or whatever, but there just seems to be more emphasis on the drums and not really the sample and such. And it needs some TLC. Like, if your sample's not hitting and you just got, basic trap drums over it, it's probably not going to win us over here. And this is just one of those examples. So, yeah, that's a cut it on my end. Artificial AV, that was a cut it as well.
That's unanimous.
Cut it. Yeah, so that was that. And just to kind of tap on what we said before we go to break, Marin, when you was asking your question, people were saying, yeah, I get tired of hearing those same trap drums. If you listen to the top 20 rap songs, they have the same 5 trap beats. Bootleg 773 said, too many producers and artists riding the next nigga wave. True. But so check it out, y'all. We're going to come back. We're going to talk to Billy Loman here at the Beat Club podcast. Thank you to all the producers that submitted for Keep It or Cut It. We'll be back after the break. What up? We are back from the break. The fellas are here. Artificial AV, Motivate Marin, Mr. Billy Loman's over here. What's going on, sir? Welcome to the Beat Club podcast.
No, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You good over there? You want to sit with the fellas? You good over there, right?
Yeah, I'm good.
You got the big
I'm
desk.
comfortable.
Yeah.
I feel like we work for you right now.
I'm good. I can see the Celtics game. I'm like,
Yeah, you're
stretching my
chilling
feet
right
out.
now.
Yeah, I'm good.
Chilling.
Man, matter of fact, yeah, salute to the damn Celtics and all them damn non-believers out there that was really thought we was over in the first round. Come on, man.
I might have been one of those. I thought they were done. I thought they were done down 2-0, man.
Nah,
So-
man.
Real.
So check it out, y'all. We got Billy Loman here. We're going to
Peace.
talk about some things, man. We're definitely going to talk about some things because the people out there need to learn about you, and we need to learn about you as well. Because I definitely just got familiar maybe about like a month or two ago. You know what I mean? And now that I got familiar, it's like everywhere I look, like your name is just popping up. Either people are speaking or saying it or something. So it's pretty cool, man. But before we get into you, I gotta get into what you created here. Can you tell me, before I play this for the folks, any approach that you kind of took, or you just dove right in?
You know, the sample was crazy, and when I first heard it, it sounded like some real grimy, you know, it had some horns and some like, you know, 60s, 70s TV show.
Yeah.
So there's Perry Jones, you said, right?
Yeah. Perry Mason.
Perry
Cool.
Mason, sorry.
That's cool.
So, I mean, I started out doing like a boom bap beat to it, and then I'm like 10 minutes in, I just didn't like what it sounded like, so I just scrapped what I had, and you know, started fresh with like, you know, some more like southern drums, you know, a little more like
a little bounce to it.
Yeah, slowed it down a little bit. I didn't want to go boom bap with it, so.
All right, cool. So we're gonna take a listen to it right now. So to all the people that didn't hear the sample ahead of time, this is what we tossed them. Cut that short, and I'm gonna play. You even named it Perry Jones. It's cool.
I did.
It's cool.
I don't know why that was in. I don't even know who
Perry Jones
is.
sounds like a cool fucking name too.
Right?
So it's
It
cool.
does.
Ring to it.
You know what I mean? Like if I have 4 sons, my fourth son might be named Perry Jones, and my last name ain't Jones.
Just one word though. His first
Perry
name
Jones.
is Perry Jones.
Yeah, that's smooth. All right, so we'll take a listen to it right now. What did Billy Loman do? Let's go.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club. The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
Exactly.
Cut that.
Cut it.
All right, so Billy, after listening to the beat, would you keep it or cut it?
I would cut. That.
Nah, that was dope, man. I mean, we gave you roughly about like 25 minutes or so to chop that up, and
It's like
we
the stew.
Yeah, it's like the stew. You already know.
Except
And
there's, you know, only 4 people in the room and not like you know,
Yeah.
a crowd. So
and then on top of that, you scrap the beat midway and started a whole nother beat. You know what I mean? And sometimes that's needed. Sometimes you can get stuck in that groove, man. So that
Yo,
was the Perry Mason
Producers
joint.
out there, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves when y'all submit these beats and then people come up here and cook one in 20 minutes and it sound crazy. You know?
Yeah.
you know, sometimes you just try too hard. You know.
Yeah.
That's
Everybody, people overthink it, man. That's like the biggest thing these days. I think with producers. Is
Yep.
Everyone's overthinking it, overproducing. So at
That's
least in
definitely my
opinion.
problem.
I do that in life. I have to overthink shit in life. So like,
Yo,
when I make beats, at least I don't. So
I'm right there with you, bro. That's why I got them two right here, because I overthink a ton of shit. And they be like,
Sure
yo,
do.
D, bring it down. Bring
got
it
it.
down,
You
dude.
got it.
But yo, Billy Loman, man,
what's up?
for the people that don't know who you are, let them know real quick as far as an introduction. Let them know who you are, what you do, and how long you've been doing it.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm Billy Loman. I'm a producer. I'm from New York originally. I came to Boston like
What part of New York?
upstate. I mean, people from the city say upstate. It's really like
Yeah.
an hour north. I don't know if you ever heard of like Newburgh or Poughkeepsie.
Poughkeepsie, for
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm from Cornwall, right across the river from Poughkeepsie. So, and then I've been in Boston for like probably like 6 or 7 years. And that's it, man. I make beats, and you know that was always what I did. I've been doing it for like almost 11 years now. Like I started when I was 16. You know, half of that time I wasn't even playing them for nobody. You know, but
Yeah.
you know, just in the past, you know, 3, 4, maybe 5 years, I've been getting my music out there more, and you know, working on various projects here and there. So that's it, man.
What's your weapon of choice?
I'm a Reason user. I'm a loyal
My
Reason
guy.
user. So
You just heard about the VST?
yeah, the VSTs. I was like, oh, it's dope. Another feature I'm not gonna use. Like, nah, that's what. It's funny because Archetype uses Reason too, and I hit him up when I saw the VSTs. And he hit me back, and he's like, "I got to teach you how to use the program first before you start using VSTs." Because, like, you know, the way I use it is like super basic. It's almost like I'm using like a sampler, like an MPC or something. It's super basic. So I know I'm just scratching the surface of Reason. But yeah, it's my weapon of choice, man. A laptop, Reason, you know, a little MPD 18 pad for samples and drums and shit. So can I
Nice.
swear on here? Probably not.
No, we cool. We
we're
good.
You good?
We good.
Word.
Shit.
Cool shit.
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 We'll make it happen, man. Shoot. Only place where it's cool to swear on the Sundays here.
So I see. You know, your affiliation with you know, ST the Squad. So is that
Yes.
like an official thing? Like, are you part of the fold, or you just
Yeah.
work closely with those guys?
Yeah, I mean, basically, like, you know, I started working with Term a few years ago.
Term Brady.
Term Brady, that's it. Terminator. Termy Montana. There's a few. Oscar De La Goya. No.
I like that
I
one.
like that.
And yeah, so, you know, I've been making beats for him and, you know, Easy Money, Snook, Rex. You know, I've been working with them for a couple years. I think it was maybe a year and a half after I met Term. You know, he wanted to bring me on to ST Records officially, you know, as his artist and producer. So basically, Term manages me and another producer by the name of Short Fuse. I think you guys have seen.
Yep.
He's been on the
He
show.
came up. He's
Yeah,
one
he
of our
did the
first guests.
Yeah, that's what's up. I was there when he did the Stew too. That was a good one too.
Yeah,
with
that was a
Meltz
real
and
good one.
Super dope event. So yeah, that's what it is. You know, I'm at ST Records, ST the Squad. That's family. That's more of like a rap crew. Like the ST the Squad is
of
like,
course.
yeah, you know, that's the rappers. But ST Records, you know, is kind of the imprint for that, and that's what I'm a part of. So, but that's all family. All those dudes. Those are my
Dope.
guys.
Dope, man.
Dope,
Dope.
man. Put
And
it
then you said you started off doing this when you were 16, right?
Yep,
What
yep.
what got you into making beats? Because there's so many different things. When music hits a person's life, child, teenager, or whatever, they can say, hey, "I want to be a rapper. Hey, I want
Right.
to be a trapper. Hey, I
Right.
want to be a beat maker."
Right.
What made that happen for you?
I mean, I always loved music in like some shape or form. Like I played the piano when I was a kid for years. I played saxophone for a little bit. You know, trying the band thing, wasn't liking it. Trying to do a few different things. When I started listening to hip hop, really the person who got me into making beats was really Kanye. Like when Kanye was coming out around College Dropout, you know, everyone's going, "Oh, he's bringing that soul sound back. He's
Yeah.
bringing the samples back, this and that." And I'm like, "What are they talking about?" So I started doing my own research. You know, I'm young. I was only 13 or 14 at that time. So I think Kanye doing that made me figure out, okay, who is he sampling? Who is he influenced by? So now I'm digging into stuff like Q-Tip and, you know, Tribe and Slum Village and exploring through that. So, you know, that's what was going on around that time when I was coming up. So the other person is my boy Dan, Dapper Dan. We were 16. He was making beats like crazier than I'm making now when we were 16. So like I'm watching him just on Fruity Loops, like chopping shit up and making crazy beats. So I'm like, man, I could do this. Give me this. Let me download that cracked version of FL and see what I could do with it. You know, I started out with the demo, by the way. That was the
Right
first
here,
shit.
bro.
Same
Right?
here.
You know what I'm
Couldn't-
saying?
You already know.
You couldn't save it. Yeah, you had to
couldn't
bounce.
save jack.
You had to bounce it. Yeah. So that was me for like almost a year, man. Like, for
Salute
real.
to you for that.
For real.
Yo,
all my first beats, I have none of the session files.
Dude,
None of them.
I used to and I knew you used it back then because you said Fruity Loops in that FL studio.
Yeah.
When I used to work in a record shop, and I used to get like maybe a day or two notice that, you know, like, yo, Bird Gang is coming down here, or Jadakiss is coming down here. So I would go on Fruity Loops, take whatever acapellas, try to dump them over my beats, and then bring them through them, like play them in the store just to see if they
Right,
caught a vibe.
right.
And a few times that I did, they had asked me about the beat.
Okay.
And then I couldn't do anything to it
Right.
because my
That's
beat
smart,
wasn't
though.
saved, dude.
That's
Like,
still smart,
yeah,
though,
it's
to,
just a
you know,
hustle, but
yeah.
still, it just sucked because it's like, damn, them drums are boo-boo, and I couldn't go back and change my
Right,
drums.
right.
You know what I mean? So right here with you for
Yeah,
for
man,
a
it
year?
was a struggle, man. It was almost, man, because like, you know, when you're first starting out, you're not gonna be nice right away. You're not gonna be making
like Marin.
anything crazy. Like, yeah, Marin
was nice at
Marin
the
day
beginning.
2, he made PSA.
Yeah.
It's crazy. No, Yeah, so just that's what it was, a demo version. Like I said, for a while.
So let me ask you, do you consider yourself, because we've had this conversation a couple times, do you consider yourself a beat maker or producer? Do you have more feedback on a track once it reaches the artist, as far as what the overall product is supposed to sound like at the end? Or do you kind of just say, here's my beats, do something dope to it?
Yeah, I have this conversation a lot too. Like, the easy answer for me is a beat maker, like personally, because that's just what I spend most of my time doing. I even call myself a digger before a beat maker. You know, like I'm a digger.
I saw you post that.
Yeah, right. I'm a
Like
digger first. You know,
a digger for samples? And
samples,
stuff?
yeah,
Nice.
records. You know,
Yeah.
I do it the old school way. You know, you do some digging too, but I try and touch vinyl as much as I can.
Hey.
So I'm a digger, but I would say beat maker more than producer. But it's interesting because everybody has their own idea of what a producer is. So, you know, I might be sending you a beat that sounds like an 8-bar skeleton, and that's it. And like, I might be just a beat maker at that point. But, you know, what you were saying before is, you know, you get in there with the artist, they lay down some vocals, you know, you're in there working with them, working on drops, transitions, you know, doing a lot of post-production work. You know, I think that does make someone a producer, and, you know,
Indeed.
has me doing some of that. But, you know, even being a producer is as much as saying, you know, you could just hear a sample and be like, wow, Rex would sound crazy on that.
Yep.
And if Ray L was singing the hook on that, that would be nuts. And you don't even make the beat yet. You're a producer, bro.
Right.
You know, it's all about your ears. So everybody's got their own idea of what it is. But, you know, for the purpose of argument, I'm just saying I'm a beat maker. That's all. I'll take that title.
I say the same thing.
Oh, one question. Hey, Dimitri, any chance, can we turn this speaker down here as well? I just want to make sure it doesn't spill. Thank you. Just want to make sure. Let me ask you a question. If you had to define your style of production, because obviously by what you did to the sample here, you know, we've been talking about trap drums and everything like that.
Yeah.
You didn't hit it with no trap drums or anything. Question, 3 words, describe your style. What would they be?
Makes you feel.
Makes you feel?
Makes you feel.
Ooh,
yeah.
You made a sentence out of that. I was looking for adjectives.
Little
that makes you
phrase.
feel.
Nah, you got a 3-word
Make it
phrase
stick.
right there. I
Makes
mean,
you
it's
feel?
it's something different every time. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'll do the southern drums. I got beats with trap drums on them.
Yeah,
you know, I
yeah.
got a lot of boom bap beats. You know, single hit drums or drum loops. You know, I got a little bit of everything. All tempos, all types of samples, different genres of music. So when I'm looking for something to inspire me and work on, you know, it's just when I hear that sample, that's what I'm doing. I'm just, you know, listening, and once something makes me feel something and,
Yeah.
and speaks to me,
Uh-huh.
that's it. I just go. So
Yeah.
when you hear the beat, that's what it is. It makes you feel something, whether
Yeah.
it's angry or pissed off or happy or tired, you know, whatever. It's gonna make you feel something. So
As long as it resonates, that's all that matters.
That's
And
it.
if it resonates with you, it could probably resonate with someone else.
That's the
So
idea.
that's always a good look.
So talk about digging. Let's talk about that, because that's
Yeah.
something that
Digging,
hasn't
real digging.
Yeah, real digging. Like, that hasn't been talked about on this show before. Like, you know, I always say, like, in terms of hip hop, I mean, it's based off of sampling, and people, I think, get on their high horse a little bit about sampling. I mean, I know you have issues of like clearing things, getting things cleared, and but at the end of the day, this is hip hop. This is rebel music. This is who cares if somebody gonna sue you, they're gonna sue you.
Right.
You know, that's the way I look
Listen,
at it.
if
you
you're
know what I'm
making if you're making enough money where it's worth it for them to sue you, then you're doing
saying?
something right.
Exactly.
You know?
That's what I always say. I said if they come looking for you, that means you're doing the right
I
thing.
hope they
Yeah.
do. I hope they do.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
But talk about your process in digging, like, you know, because not too many people do that nowadays. I mean, even myself, I have tons of records, but you know, it's easy to go on YouTube real quick.
Right.
Especially
something up.
YouTube is fire. Though.
You know what YouTube is fire for? When you have a record and it's so dusty, and it's
Right,
like,
right.
shit, let me go find this joint
Yeah,
on YouTube,
yeah.
fam. I'm gonna find it in the best quality I can find
Yup.
it.
Yep.
But talk about your process digging. Like, what stands out to you, like, record wise, like, because not all the time you're gonna be able to listen to every record while you're going shopping. So
Right.
what catches your eye? Like, what's the vibe you look for?
I mean, when I first started, you know, I didn't really have any direction to the way I was digging, so, you know, I would just look for a crazy looking cover. Like, if the person who designed the cover looked like they were on drugs when they drew it,
Yeah.
then you buy that.
"That's
shit,
my guy."
and you
Yeah.
listen to that, because there's gonna be something crazy on there, something trippy or. But you know, I got a little bit more sophisticated with it over the years. You know, different genres. Like I feel like half the records I own are jazz records. So I'm in the jazz section a lot. You start to notice certain producers and musicians that are on these records, and once you start digging deep like that, even straight up instruments. Like if you're looking for like a nice Fender Rhodes, you could look at the back of those jazz records, and some of them will say that there's straight up Rhodes on that record. So I'm like, all right, I'm taking this home. So, you know, you could get real in depth with it. But the covers, I think, is something that never has gone away from me. I mean, I could I could not recognize one name on the back or one instrument on the back of that record, but if it still looks like a crazy ass scene on the cover, super trippy, I'm gonna grab it and take a chance on it. So a lot of genres though. Jazz, obviously soul has been used quite a bit, and funk, and I'm into like different things. Just getting into soundtracks a little bit. I wasn't too much. My man Vinyl Villain kills the soundtrack samples, by the way. I gotta shout him out. But yeah, man, digging's fun. There's record stores, around the way in Boston. I'm not gonna give away my spots.
That's the code, right?
Yeah,
there.
but I also like going to weird, obscure places. Like I've been in flea markets digging, yard sales, estate sales,
the best.
fire,
They're clutch.
And like I feel bad for these people because I'm like, you're selling this Curtis Mayfield Superfly record for $1? Like, okay, like
listen,
I'm gonna sell it
I'm
for 25 if I wanted to.
Tell you a quick story. Most of my recent collection was somebody throwing their records in the trash.
Shed a tear.
My cousin's wife had the presence of mind. She drove by and saw it and was like, you know what? I think Mark would want those, and she just grabbed them. Like it was like 2 boxes, and I mean records in pristine condition, all the classics, anything
That's
you
amazing.
could think of. It was like
That's
I was
amazing.
like,
That's your starter kit
know
right
what?
there. You're
Yeah,
like,
that's
I'm
what it
ready to
was.
go. Like you skipped
Dude.
a few years.
yo, crazy.
I'm guilty of doing that. It wasn't records though. I took all my CDs. I used to work at Mattapan Music for like 4 or 5 years, and I used to get cases of CDs all the time, and a lot of CDs wouldn't sell, or it'd be promotional CDs. Like I say this to mad people. Did you know Cuban Gooding Jr.'s father made a record? I have it.
Drummer, right? The dude was a drummer, I think.
But
Yeah, so.
there's someone named Cuban Gooding Jr. Cuban Gooding Sr. out there that has a record, and I had those CDs that never sold, and just had those, and I kept those on deck just for sampling purposes.
Right.
However, when they took up too much space, I took about 3 to 4 crates of CDs and put them on the curb.
Wow.
After I tried to burn some of them to the computer, I said, put them on the curb. Hopefully someone will pick them up. I gave all my records to Real P, except 2. But
That's my dude too. Shout out Real P.
shout out to Real P. But I just didn't have like my vinyl player or anything like that no more. So
Right.
it's just like, all right, cool, CDs. But you still do vinyls,
Yeah,
which
but
is
you know what?
awesome.
I'm guilty of that too a little bit because like I don't have a lot of space at my apartment either. So like I'll come home with 30 records and I'll find something on 10 and there's nothing on 20. I'm getting rid of those 20. Like if I didn't sample them at all, if I didn't grab anything off of them, if it's just something that's gonna take up space, I'll go sell them back to another record store and get credit and then cop more. Like that's just how I do it. But there's other people that have like crazy record libraries. Like I was just over Chronic Tone's place. He's got a little like vinyl library at his crib. Like he's got the space for it. So, but yeah, I mean, I do the same thing, man. I'm sure I've given away records that are dope, but I just didn't sample, and I just didn't want to keep them around. So, that's it.
just is what it is. What's the I don't know any other word besides gnarliest. What's the gnarliest record you've grabbed? The most samples from?
Damn, that's tough.
I know I asked tough
He
questions.
knows, but he just don't.
Yeah, he don't want to put it
I'll tell you.
He's like,
I got
I'm about
one.
to tell y'all.
I can't even think of the name of the actual album, but there's this group called the Moody Blues, and
I have a couple of them.
yeah, they're super dope. And there's one record I can't think of the name of the actual album. The cover is blue with red writing. So if you want to go look up Moody Blues albums and check it out, there's a lot on there. They're cool. That's like a psychedelic rock band from like late 60s and early 70s, I think. And,
Drugs were good back then, man.
drugs
These dudes
were
was
crazy.
making some crazy music.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yo,
yeah.
for real, man.
Yo,
You
rock-
listen to some of the joints, you be like,
Rock drums are crazy, man, for real. Even like I'll listen to the Beatles And like, you know, people don't like hold Ringo Starr as like being one of the best drummers, but like I'm just like bobbing my head to some of their music.
He was in the pocket with it. He kind of just like how James Brown drummers, like kind of like Clyde, you know, the same thing. It's like,
yeah, if you're in the pocket, that's like Questlove. Like, you know, Questlove is not like, I know we're on like a different topic, but like, you know, Questlove stays in that pocket and he plays a little bit off beat and it sounds so fire, and it's like, it sounds simple, but you could put another drummer there and he's not going to do that. You can't do that.
It's like it's a machine. That's you're spoiled because he looks like a machine. It's like it's just
He doesn't make
he's just like whatever.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I do.
Exactly.
This is what I do.
For sure.
That's dope, man. Yeah, digging the art of digging, man, needs to remain in hip hop and just in overall production period. You know, because at the end of the day, sounds are samples.
Right.
So like, you know, I say to myself all the time, like, the audacity of some of these producers, they feel like they're so original. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, because you didn't sample.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like,
you could make, listen, I'm all for sample free beats as long as they're whack free.
Exactly.
Period. That's it.
That's that new hat.
But
Because it's
You look at the label like,
we're good.
But see,
it's whack free.
But the point,
Is this whack
You
free?
know what I'm saying, though, right?
it's whack free.
whack free.
We definitely
That's coin.
Yeah, we need. Yeah, exactly. We need to coin that. Have a whack free stamp.
Because
Don't
there's
say-
both,
don't say-
man.
Don't say it.
I've heard.
Let's get it out first.
I do like the sample free beats. Like, I think Archetype kills that. Lightfoot kills those. Like, I'm talking about dudes in our area. They kill that sound, and like, I know how hard it is because I can't do it. You know, I've tried, and it's just like, you know, I always go back to the records. But people who do it well are dope. But
see,
who
but
don't are not.
But in essence, though, like the point that I'm making is that sampling. Sounds are samples, so even in making an original beat, it's still okay to dig and find some drums. It's still okay to dig and find those roads you were talking about, and then you can put it in and manipulate it however you want.
Right, it's not black and white. You don't have to do one or the
that's
other.
how I started making beats. I used to my EPS 16 plus. What I used to do is, I would spend, if it's like, if I wasn't inspired to make beats per se, then I was like, okay, today I'm gonna spend time piling up sounds, and I would literally just take stabs, like that piano stab sounds good. I'm gonna snatch that.
Yep.
I'm gonna take that one note and then I'm gonna put it all across the whole joint. And that's how I used to make original beats. And then like drum sounds are samples. I mean, regardless of. You know, like you mentioned, Ark and like, you know, and they both use Reason. I think I know Ark for sure. And like the sounds, you know, of course, like his drums are always crazy.
Right.
Some of those drums are samples.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
But at the end of the day, you know, and it's about how you manipulate them, and I think that's missing because you use these plastic sounds and there's no depth to them. It doesn't sound full. It doesn't sound warm. It doesn't sound real. And music, like you said, make you feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's music if you don't feel anything? And I feel like we go away from that thinking we're being original, and it's like, nah, it's not. What's so original about that?
People get caught up in that.
Yeah, like it's, you know, the thought process of it. And it's like, yeah, I want people to sample me one day. Yeah, that's dope. But like, you got to play an instrument. You know what I'm saying? You want to make original beats, but you don't play instruments. So you know what I'm saying? It's, you know, it's one of those things, man. But I love the art of sampling and digging, and like, I think that's essential.
Fun.
Like, it's hip hop.
It's fun.
This is hip hop. It's not broke. Bro.
It's
You
like,
know what I'm saying?
why not touch on every little bit of the culture that you could possibly can, just to figure out what you like? You know what I mean? Just to figure out what's up and what's out there. Like, one of my favorite things to do is to find some samples and spend most of my time modifying the sound so they don't sound the same.
Yep.
You know what I mean? With changing the pitch, changing the attack. You know what I mean? Or reversing it. It's just something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's a very good point. Gems, B Club Podcast.
Yeah.
All day.
But back to Billy Loman, man. So I'm aware that you did a project, because we had Archetype up here. He talked about the shift and everything.
Yep.
And just to tell the people that don't know what the shift is, it was 8 hours.
Yep.
For you to make as many beats as possible.
Exactly.
And the number you hit was?
I made 12 beats, but there's 13 tracks on it.
So taking that work ethic that was there for the shift and then putting it on your personal work ethic, how many beats per se do you think you knock out in like a month?
Oh man, that's
roughly.
It's tough, yeah, because I definitely have to give it average because there's some months where I'm like going crazy with it, and there's other months where like, you know, I just traveled twice and I didn't even get to sit down and really cook up like that. So
An average in the house for a month catalog, how many?
I try and have on a, I'm gonna say 20 is a good number for me. Like if I made 20 beats that month, I'm feeling pretty good about
That's
it.
average?
Yeah, because now these are beats like. Oh yeah, because
I mean, dude, I do like 1.
I mean,
yeah, 20 is impressive.
I mean, it's like not every beat gets bounced and you know gets, you know.
Yep, I already know.
Whatever you do with it,
Yeah, you got to keep yourself in shape. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Trust me,
Go curl a few.
Yeah, some of those 20, like no one will ever hear. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like I wouldn't even play for like my fiance because she'd make fun of me. She'd be like, "That's whack."
At least she tells you.
Yeah, she would.
Got people keep it real.
For sure. Yeah, I'd say 15, 20. I don't want to, discourage anyone out here making 5 beats a month. And also, go on, Knots. Bro, that's the person who made me. This dude Knots is from Virginia. He's been on everything.
we
He
know
won
Knots.
Grammys.
Yeah,
You
you
guys
know
know. Yeah. All right, let's make sure.
All the
This is
heat
just for
makers from
listeners who don't.
Virginia.
But you should know who he is because
Yeah,
this dude is
you
a
should.
legend, Grammy winner, multi-platinum, whatever.
If you listening to this podcast and you don't know who Knots is,
yeah,
Look him up.
Do your homework.
Google.
Once I saw what he was doing, like his output, like he'd make 10 crazy beats in a night and post them all on Instagram right away. And I'm like, what did I do tonight? Like, you know what I mean? I've just been sitting here looking at his feed instead of making beats myself. So like, the other thing is, I also recently, I used to work a 9 to 5. This is for really forever until, a few months back, I left my 9 to 5. So that also has opened up a lot more time for me to make music, which is allowing me to get to that 15, 20 number.
Yep.
Because before that, I wasn't necessarily able to without, just like breaking my back to do it. But, there's dudes who would say 15, 20 a month is like low. Like I know Ninth Wonder used to do this thing. He would call it 30 beats before Thursday. He knew that after Thursday, he was done because he was DJing, he was going to parties Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So he would lock in Monday to Thursday and make 30 beats before Thursday.
You said Ninth Wonder?
Yeah, this is Ninth Wonder. You know how many beats that is over time? There's 52 weeks in a year. Do the math, yo. You got 1,000 beats almost. Like,
Yeah.
So like that's, I think, I'll never be at that level. I don't want to. I don't want to make beats that
it's
much.
possible, but
It's
yeah,
possible.
that's-
Like, I mean, and Knots too. Like Knots is an alien. That dude is a robot. Like, I would love to get to that point one day. But right now, I'm just, I'm happy making. I'll make 3 beats today, and then I won't even like make anything new for the next 2 days. I might go digging, or I might go, like Mark was saying before, kind of archiving sounds and drums. Like I spend time on that. So. You got to spend time doing everything involved.
So let me ask you a question. To touch back on, I think you said something like you had left your old 9 to 5. Did you go and pursue music right after, or was it
I did, yeah. So really, it was kind of like a perfect storm of things that was going on. I was at my job, and I got nothing bad to say about my former employer. I just wasn't happy personally in that position. Yeah. As a lot of people, aren't. And so right around this time, I had picked up a DJ gig on Friday nights.
Yeah.
Every Friday.
Uh-huh.
So now that's steady money for me, at least to while I'm figuring out
Pay a bill
what I want to
too.
do. Yeah, it can pay my rent with that, for real. So I picked up that DJ gig, and I started thinking about it. I start, crunching the numbers, and I'm like, can I make this work? And then that was it. Once I figured out that the math was right on it, the other thing that helped me, by the way, I'll let you guys right into my situation was I was in a sales job for years before this. So the way it works with commission is you get paid your commission when the client pays the company.
Yep.
So I'm still getting paid. I'm still getting commission checks through December, but I don't work there anymore. So like,
oh, what the hell?
You know what I mean? So like, there's people that would sign up for our product, whatever it was, and they might give us, whatever, 10 grand in quarterly installments throughout 2017. That means every quarter I'm getting a check for my cut. So like, so really once I figured that out, like, okay, I'm still gonna have some money coming in from this job that I left. I have this DJ gig on Fridays. at Rosebud, Davis Square. Come through 10 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Shameless plug.
I didn't know that. That's good
Yeah,
to know.
yeah, come through,
I'll
come
definitely
through.
come rock with you,
Come
man.
through,
What
man,
you
yeah.
playing? What you playing?
Mostly old school hip hop. I'll get into Tribe and Common, and it's kind of like a chill crowd.
Yeah.
So I try and play like that, chilled out neo soul vibe. A little bit. So
I gotta come out there.
yeah, come out, man. Every
Yeah.
Friday. for
Every
real.
Friday?
Every Friday.
That's about
come
to be
out.
my new Friday.
There you go. Come through. Just don't expect anything crazy. Like if you're dancing, you'll be the only one dancing. Like
That's
half
cool.
the
I'm-
people are like eating dinner. And
That's
and
how
shit
it is
when
for
I'm
me
spinning.
anyway.
Yeah, you know how it is, right? Yeah, all right.
Nah, that's dope.
It's about good music, man.
Yeah.
Wherever there's good music, man, that's a vibe to me.
Exactly.
So you went ahead and decided that numbers crunch a certain way.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and pursue the DJing thing on this time, on Fridays.
Yep.
And then did you know right away like, yo, I can get into making some beats right away, or did you kind of just like, did it just happen organically, or you knew right away like, look, with this time I got off, I'm gonna start making these beats and pushing myself as a beat maker or producer?
Right. So, I mean, I was always trying my best to push myself and get my name out there, while being busy with, 9 to 5, whatever else you're working on.
Yeah.
I just decided to quit one night randomly, like after, at like 2 a.m, like
Word.
drunk, talking to my fiance, and like we kind of talked about it and was like,
You was sober, right? You was like,
yeah, I was
all right,
sober.
cool. He was like, fuck my jaw.
Listen, I might have not been sober, but I still felt the same way when I woke up.
That's
so,
real.
you know what I mean?
That's real.
So that was a really quick decision. Like that all happened really fast. So now all of a sudden it's like, boom, I'm done.
Yep.
I got all this time. First couple weeks probably didn't take advantage of my time the way I should have. I wasn't
of
really
course.
working. I want to take some
you
time.
gotta
I'm like,
chill.
shit, hell
Yeah.
yeah. So that probably lasted a little longer than I wanted it to. Excuse my voice, by the way. I'm getting over bronchitis right now, so it's like cracking.
Oh,
But,
so you're in the right place.
yeah, right. So, yeah. So it was chill the first couple weeks, but honestly, man, once I started locking in and really taking advantage of the time, and I still have a way to go. Like I'm still trying to be more productive and get more shit done, but I saw a difference right away, man. Like, just with the time I'm able to allocate to music in general. So I saw the difference right away.
And the bottom line is, not to try to cut you
No,
off,
we
but
can,
but you're happy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like that's
I was
what
just
makes
about
a
to say that.
difference.
Yeah.
The
Yo.
mental space to
That's it.
Yeah.
Yo, that's another thing, man. Like, I can't stress this enough. Like, you could be, I could make $100,000 a year and be miserable, or I could make $40,000 a year and be happy, very happy.
Yep.
Yep.
And some people say, why don't I just go right in the middle and I'll make $65,000 a year and I'll be
Somewhat happy.
kind of happy, but kind of miserable. Like, nah, fuck that. You know what I
happy.
mean? That's and I didn't always feel like that. I think when you're in certain jobs, especially a sales job, you're so money driven, and you think all that matters is getting money, and obviously it's important. But I would,
Happiness is rich.
yeah, man, I would never trade this for anything. I'm so happy for these past 4 or 5 months, just doing what I love, man.
Yo, so let me ask you this: when you've been making beats, I mean, obviously we learned that you make a good amount of beats.
A few.
Just a few. Are you currently, or have you? Matter of fact, I'll rephrase. When you first started out and you started making beats, did you already have a crew you were rocking with, or was it more like I need to put my beats out there and sell them? Like, what were your efforts like to get out there and be known for that?
especially coming from a different place too, because you
Yeah.
kind of got right in the scene and kind of just made
Right.
your way. So yeah,
Right.
that's
No, my situation was kind of interesting. Like, what I did was I just made beats for like 4 or 5 years and didn't even play them for anybody. You know what I mean?
just sitting on 'em?
Yeah, I'm just at the house, just
Yeah.
listening to them. I mean, playing for like a few of my friends, but I felt like I wasn't ready, like I wasn't there yet. Where we didn't have things like the Beat Club podcast, 10 years ago. We didn't have things where you could go say, let me go play a beat for someone who really knows what they're talking about and see if it's good or not.
Right.
I wasn't even ready we didn't have that kind of like stepping stone where it was like, you're either emailing an artist a beat to their email or that's it. Like, so I kind of got off track. What was the original question?
It was more of how did you promote yourself when you first
Okay.
came out the gate? Like, were you trying to promote yourself to artists, or like what were your efforts like?
Yeah, I didn't really do too much of that because I just felt that the sound wasn't where it needed to be. But once I did start taking it seriously, this is probably like 2013, right? What is it? Like 4 years ago. You know, I went on I did the SoundCloud thing, which I still do. You know, I got on Twitter. I've never been good at Facebook, so I don't do too much of that. But Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud are like the big three.
So it's like online promotion mainly?
Yeah.
Did you get a lot of love from SoundCloud?
No, not really.
Not really?
No, I didn't get a lot of people listening to my stuff. I mean, what made the difference for me was, you know, when I felt like I had enough beats lined up that I thought were super dope, and that if somebody heard my beat tape, once I felt that was right, I was going out and getting my tape in those dudes' hands. Like, I was going to shows. Like, that's the other thing is, you know, I got to
mention that before. The previous episode, I'm sorry to cut you off, but
Yeah,
Maren mentioned that before in a past episode as far as getting out there and being at the shows. And
I can't stress that enough. Like, the Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, SoundCloud, that's a prerequisite. Like, you have to do that.
Yeah.
You know, or else, you know, your music's not on the internet, right? But you have to get out there. You have to show face. You have to meet people. You gotta, you know, if you think your beats sound good for Ghostface, then you find a way to get your beats right into Ghostface's hands. Period. Nothing else. You know, that's it. And that's what happened with Term initially. Was the whole reason I even got put in this position in the first place out here was, you know, nobody knew who I was out here. I was just one of the thousands out here making beats like all of us are, and I still am. But you know, it just happened that Term was leaving a show. I was at the DJ Premier Pete Rock show, and Term was leaving, and I had a beat CD on me. You know, I was sitting in my car. I had one, you know, sitting behind me. So, you know, I said what up to him. We chopped it up for a few minutes. I gave him a beat CD. He looked at it and goes, yo, if this sucks, I'm going to throw it out the window. If these beats are trash, I'm going to throw it out my window on the Zakim Bridge. That's it. I'm like, all right, just give it a chance, you know. And you figure, you know, he's not going to listen, whatever, we'll see. But he hit me up a week later and was like, this is fire. This is one of the best beat tapes I've ever heard. And, you know, what's the deal? Let's get in the lab. It's like, that's just how it happened for me. You know, so
just like that?
Just like that.
That's beautiful.
And that is the single most important, you know, event in my music career was that right there. Just being there.
How many beats did you have on that CD, by the way?
20. I had 20 beats on there. I still
Knock
got
out in a month, you know.
So yeah, that one was interesting too. So that was the other thing was I wasn't making this many beats back then either.
Yeah.
You know, so what I had given him these 20 beats were
This was like a build. It was a build up. It was like
man.
these are my fire
Those are the babies?
joints.
Those are the babies on that CD?
this was like 3 years of beats.
Were they
My
tagged
20
too? They were
best.
tagged in
No
everything?
tags. I've never used tags. I'm not against them or for them. I just have never used them personally.
All right, cool.
But yeah, just, you know, I wasn't worried about him stealing them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If he wanted them, he could hit me up. I wasn't going to charge him, obviously. But yeah, that was it, 20 beats. So that was the other challenge, I think, was once we started getting in the lab every other week. Like, before that, I had never had any pressure to create, to make beats, to do anything. So now it's like, now I'm in the lab with Term every other week. What do you got that's new? I'm like, shit, I didn't want to go in there with 2 new beats in 2 weeks to a session. You know, I'd get laughed out of the room. So, like, I had to go in there with 10 beats for the next session in 2 weeks. And that was a challenge at first because I had never tried to sit down and have output like that. But it forced me to do it, you know?
Yeah. It created a different animal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good. Sometimes you need that, man. Like,
For
sometimes
sure.
you need that pressure.
Yeah, just light a fire under you.
Producers,
Like at the stew.
show up. That was the
Show
lesson
up,
right
man.
there,
Yeah,
man.
man. You have to
Show
show
up.
up.
Pretty much. Summarize that.
And,
Show up.
And don't let anyone tell you CDs or flash drives.
Whatever medium you got.
Yeah, whatever you got.
Absolutely.
If you really want to do it, have both and have enough of both where like you can get it to everybody who needs to get one. Because I've had this conversation with Term, where earlier that show, right? I showed up to that show with 2 flash drives of beats on them. This is the same show I met Term at, right?
Yeah.
So I had my beat CDs too, but I had 2 flash drives on me. I gave 1 flash drive to DJ Premier at this show. I gave the other one to DJ Premier's manager. What's his name? Ian Schwartzman. I was, you know, smoking outside or whatever, met him, gave him one because he was managing Premier's record label. So I'm like, all right, I'm trying to, you know, if this is in the same vein as what I'm working on. I want to see if they have any need for these beats, whatever. They probably never listened to them, but you know, if I hadn't given my flash drives to those 2, then I would have given Term my flash drive. And he tells me, I've had this conversation. He's like, if you gave me a flash drive, I would have never listened to your beats. Straight up. I either would have lost it or I would have just used it as a flash drive. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. He just whatever it was. Like he just said, I would have never heard him. But you gave me a CD, and I got a CD player in my car, and I threw it right in.
Everything happens for a reason.
That's what it is.
And there's other people, like I've met other artists where it's flash drive all day. So ever since then, I bring both. If that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Like I was at a video shoot a few years ago. I wound up meeting Sky Zoo, chop it up, whatever. So I'm like, yo, I got beats. CD or flash drive? He's like, oh, I got a choice.
It's like paper or plastic.
He's like, yeah. He's like, oh, I got a choice. I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, flash drive. I'm like, here you go. If he said CD, I would have said, here you go. So
Now,
you got to be ready.
There's never been a time where you, when you were doing that, one person was like, nah, I'm cool. Like, just always been able to.
No, definitely people are like, look
Open
at you
to it.
like you got 5 heads,
Yeah.
and they're like, I don't want, whatever.
Yeah?
So I don't, and this is probably like not a good thing for my career, is like I don't do this as much as I used to, like getting beats into people's hands and showing up. But when I was trying to at least climb to where I got now, again, I'm not saying I'm that far, but the way I got to where I am now is showing up, is just being in the room. Like every, that term situation, the different albums that I've been on, like I'm just trying to throw out examples, like with Rex. He's got the greatest X. I produced a song on there featuring terminology. It's called "Good Women Thought Bitches," and the reason I even got on that album because I just went to Rex's house one day. That's it. Played him some beats.
Show up.
And that was it. Just be there. I didn't email him to him. I live 10 minutes up the street. What am I gonna do in emailing Rex? Just go to his house.
And sometimes I feel like because of social network and everything that you mentioned before, that made it so easy for everybody to flood that one door.
Right.
Where now I can, go over to an artist's house or meet them at a show. And you can kind of have an idea that a lot of the producers online might not necessarily be there that night, and you might be one of the select few that's a producer in the building with your material and all your shit correct. Right. So it gives you an edge. And
you gotta have both, man.
You gotta have
both. That's
it. So let me ask you this: if people wanted to contact you to work with you, where could they find you?
Twitter, Instagram. I answer DMs. Instagram's easy because you don't even have to be following someone or follow back just to, you know what I mean? Anybody could just message you. I imagine for people that are legitimately famous that they get thousands and shit, you know what I mean? It's crazy, but me, I'll get one a week, you know what I mean? But
hey, you still somebody. You get one.
Yeah, that's how we scheduled this interview. That was IG DM because I swore I had your number and I was like, damn, I don't have Billy's number.
I was surprised too. I thought the same thing, man. That's what it is. That's why it's I don't even put my email up on Twitter or Instagram. You guys, it's easier to just fucking tweet at somebody. It's so easy to get in touch with somebody these days.
Yeah.
That's it.
So it's Billy Loman Music on
is it
everything.
underscore or is it?
No, just at Billy Loman Music. BILLYLOMAN Music.
And that's on everything?
That's on everything. Twitter, Instagram.
Billy Loman 617, Billy Loman, blah, blah, blah.
Just Billy Loman Music. That's it. Because somebody on Twitter has Billy Loman. So I'm like, the guy tweets once every 6 months, and I'm like, "Come on, Twitter."
We can go find him.
Because I got the Instagram one locked down, just tucked away. Just
Yeah.
regular Billy Loman. I claimed that one for later. Now,
That's
if I
smart.
get the Twitter right, then I'll have both. But right now, it's Billy Loman Music.
I'm gonna report his account or something.
Quick question before we close out. I mean, you work extensively with terminology. Obviously, you're on his imprint, but just so far, what has been your what's that been that aha moment where you kind of felt like I'm here? What production credit is that? Was it a particular artist that you worked with, or just what was that moment where you just felt like I'm in the zone? I got a groove going.
I think there's been a few times. There's a couple songs that have come out that have done better than others. There's a song called Getaway off of the Shut Up and Rap album by Term. It's featuring Sky Zoo, Torre, Rex. That's been my biggest song to date. I mean, it's got something like 100,000 views on YouTube. This is, for me, that's a blessing. That's the greatest thing in the world for me. I know people are doing way bigger numbers than that, but That's as far as I've ever gotten with that. But as far as like an aha moment, there was a stretch last year. I'm not gonna try and like brag or nothing. Just right place at the right time. Where this was like a Tuesday and a Wednesday, I think, back-to-back days where I had a session booked on Tuesday at the Bridge, with Term and some other people, and I don't even know. I'm not going to give any backstory, but Bun B shows up to my session.
Hey,
and we're just in there vibing out, talking, playing music, whatever. The next night, Guilty Simpson had come to town, wound up in the lab with him the next night, got a feature from him. So now I'm like, I'm looking back on Instagram like the week after, like, I have feeling like I haven't been doing much, and then with those 2 consecutive nights, like Bun B's at my session, then I'm in the lab with Guilty the next day, and I'm like, all right, I think like aha, like I think I'm starting to be in the right place at the right time, and I'm starting to do something right, So that maybe that was one, but I don't know. I try not to I don't know.
Nah, that's
my music does the best talking than out of anything.
Hey, no doubt.
Most producers is that way. That's why we got to bring you guys up here.
That's it. It's
without
hard, man. Yeah, we're weird, producer. You guys know. I mean, obviously, you guys
we all are.
Yeah, we all
weird
are.
as hell.
Weird
Yeah. Yo, can I just say one more thing, quick?
Go for it. Do you think?
Producers are cool because they're not afraid to be like, yo, you're dope to another producer.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
we're all friends.
I say that all the time.
You know what I mean?
Dope community.
Yeah, rappers suck, man.
Yeah, rappers do.
They're like afraid to give props and tell you that
They
you're
are.
good, and that's fine, because I understand that like as a rapper you come from a different lane than a producer. Maybe, I don't know. A lot of people do both. But
Yes and no.
I don't subscribe. People always say rap is a competitive sport, and I've never subscribed to that.
Right.
To that.
Right.
To that mantra. Like, I don't rock with that. Like,
Right. It
it's
sucks, man.
competitive in the setting of when you're being competitive.
Right.
Otherwise, we just rap.
Right.
And it's not that
Right.
hard. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you think you're so great. You're just putting words together. You know,
Exactly,
there's
like-
somebody down the street that can put words together. You know?
and just like the whole
Yeah,
like
you
the whole
right.
the whole community around it too. Like, I think the whole like feeling, at least with a lot of people in hip hop, is people are afraid to just like, admit that someone else is good, or afraid to just drop a comment and say nice work, or anything like that. Nobody does that. So I'm like, this is like another crazy outside example, but my fiance's got a friend, her name's Emily, and she does this thing where like she does like home decor, right? And she'll go to like Savers and buy like old shit and then clean it up and then put it all nice on the shelves and take pictures of it. And that shit blows up on Instagram.
Oh, absolutely.
And she went from 1,000 to 6,000 followers in a matter of months. And she gets on live, and she'll have 60 people watching her live video with 6,000 followers, and they're all dropping comments.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay. And then I'll go pull up, let's say Static Selecta starts a live video. He's got probably 100,000 followers, right, on Instagram, but he only has like 50 locked in for his live video. So I'm thinking, how is this girl with 6,000 followers getting the same amount of views as Static Selecta with 100,000? Her followers are way more engaged, and they're not too cool to be like, hey, nice decor in your home, But like in hip hop, it's like, I'm too cool to give you props right now. I don't want to tell you you're dope because I don't want you to get full of yourself. Or I don't know. There's like everyone's trying to be too cool sometimes. Like, if you like some music, tell somebody.
Tell
like,
somebody.
For real.
It's almost too cool to take an egg out of your basket and put in someone else's. You know what I mean? They just don't want to do it. Because rappers nowadays be like, yo, don't let me get into a diss battle with you. I'll bring that shit up. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right.
Exactly. That,
But,
I know they be keeping receipts, like they
So,
say.
so check it out though, because we got to get ready to close out the show. We want to give a big special shout out to Billy Loman for coming through. Thank you so much. You want to
thank
clap it
you,
up for
man.
him?
Yo,
real quick?
thank you so much for having me, man. Honestly, I'm just like honored to be here, sitting here, and
Yeah, it's just it's cool.
Appreciate it, man.
We even had some other folks right here. High Def, the producers, said hashtag whack free. Shout out to everybody at the Beat Club podcast and a special guest. You all definitely inspire me, and the knowledge you all drop. So this
dope,
stuff right
man.
here is going out to our culture for sure. And thank you to all the people that listen to our show. Thank you to Billy that came through.
Hey, Billy, you down to battle?
I'll battle.
You battle?
Yeah.
You beat battle?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, yeah. I do it like every once in a while because like that shit burns me out. But
Yeah.
especially when you got people like cooking on the spot up there.
Yeah, we gotta talk. We gonna talk. We gonna talk.
I'm with it. Anything, I would love to be involved with whatever you guys are doing.
Nah,
honestly,
thank you, man.
and we as producers and just me personally, like I appreciate what you guys are doing here because this is something that's new and it's different and it's something that I wish I had when I was 16, 17. I wish I had the beat club. I wish I had somewhere to send beats and someone to be like, that shit sucks. You need to hear that sometimes. You need to cut it. So.
You need to cut it.
Yo, shout out to Billy Loman. Mark Marion, got any words you want to say real quick before we close out? Or are you good?
Yo, man, thanks to our guests once again. And Beat Club Podcast live event, man. That's it, man. I'm looking forward to that. And it looks like we probably gonna have Billy Loman. Let's go. Get Billy Loman in the building.
I'm trying to get involved.
Cool.
But look out for that Saturday, May 13th. Once again, Saturday, May 13th at PA's Lounge in Somerville. Doors open at 10. So get there early to sign up, man. And we show love to all the producers, man. You just walk in, sign up, and you just do your thing. And make sure you go register for the stew. Go to thestewshowcase.com. We definitely got a few slots left for June 4th. And like I said, think ahead. August 13th will be here and before you know it. So register for that one as well. And yeah, man, you made a good point earlier, man. Yeah, the producer community, man, it's just dope, man. It's real dope, man. Everybody's super cool. There's always a couple of cornballs in the mix, but
couple cornballs, couple crybabies.
Yeah. It's stuff like that, but it's they tend to come back around. They circle back around because there's too much positivity in the air.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Artificial AV. You got anything you want to say to people before we close out, man?
Yeah, producers, keep doing what you're doing. Rappers, like K-Dot said, sit down, be humble. That's it.
That's it. And I'm gonna say, as you notice at this end of this show, we don't have any tracks that bang because I went back through the folder again and there are no tracks that bang. I just want to say to all the producers, if you're working with artists, please feel free to tell them to step it up because they're ruining your tracks.
And also producers probably should more so kind of start submitting. Like all of you guys are working with artists, I would assume.
But they're
what I'm
still,
saying? Okay.
They're still kind of trash.
Damn, so we cutting it. Damn, we just cutting it.
They know too. They just don't want to say anything because it's their boy.
Nah, that too. That too.
If you're a producer, you got a good enough ear to know what good music is.
Yeah,
that's just their boy. They don't.
And
want
sometimes
to
it's the mixing and everything like that. Like, make sure you check it out because they need to do your beat justice, and it's a collaborative for that music thing. So no tracks that bang right now for today, but I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you, Dimitri and Gago, the network, for holding us down for sure.
Of course.
You guys know next week is First Sundays, which means Tune for Tune is going down.
I'm coming back.
However, Mero won't be drinking because he'll be fasting, but me and
fast.
AV will be drinking tequila and everything else.
And I'm going to be super focused.
Super focused. I mean,
Ramadan
super
Mubarak.
Cuts. Super cuts. Super cuts. So, yo, we about to be out with Artificial AV, Motivate Marin, a.k.a. Marin Scissorhands. Billy Loman, man. D Loopz, a.k.a. Do It All Loopz, Beat Club Podcast, everything. I'm going to say it right now. Yo. Because I can say it on radio, I'm going to say it right now. We out.